Good evening, everybody, and a happy new year. 2024 has arrived, and it is a brand new series for the channel here on Twitch and YouTube on broadcasts.tv. It is the Zafiralis All Rounder Championship, making its grand opening here on Monday, the 8th of January. My name is Owen Harmon, and alongside me, it's Zdravko Topolniak. So, Zdravko, happy new year. How are you keeping?
Happy New Year also, and pretty good. A bit rushed with some PC trouble, but yeah, all fine. And you?
Yeah, I'm keeping very well. Thank you for asking. And yeah, it is a great opportunity to give Zafiralis their chance in the spotlight after so many efforts in their drivers and all that throughout the other series. But now they get to put their organizational skills to the test, and we'll hope to share it with you tonight. So what is the All-Rounder Championship? Well, it's pretty much a self-explanatory sort of billing where the cars will have road tires, they'll have slick tires and dirt tires in a once per month series across the entire year, where the drivers have to ensure they have their skills on each compound and each surface ready to go. So yeah, this one example here at our custom built HKS circuit, the BLX4 around Blackwood, is where we will make the series debut. It is a mixture of high speed, particularly the big finale corner, the 3 apex, the big sweeper, and then it goes into a little bit of a chicane. Very, very dangerous, I suppose, if the 2 or 3 drivers are neck and neck there, and then they're very tight and twisty 90-degree turns as well. So this particular mod we put through its paces.
I mean, the car looks awesome, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is a really nifty thing. The very short wheelbase Cinque Centurion, created by Mosh McCarry and Tamuli, of course the 2 of the key members here of Zafiralis. The 1.3 inline 4 with rear-wheel drive. It's extremely lightweight at 519 kilos, but it boasts nearly 200 brake horsepower. So yeah, it is going to be a wild ride for the drivers. They have the sideways corners. They could be forced to the parabolica. There's going to be a lot of speed built up in this very lightweight car. It is very exciting to see how exactly it'll fare under race conditions.
Well, the track is quite wide at some places, so there might be nice fights going on.
Yeah, it could, but also, yeah, particularly into turn 2 there, the double hairpin, they're actually the sidewalks with the giant curbs, or paths with actual curbs that you'd use on ordinary roads. So you know, that could be a very, very tricky portion if the drivers get it wrong. So we have just completed our 30-minute qualifying session, and I suppose it isn't a big surprise, but we'll hear about the 13 entrants in just a moment. So here is the schedule as we know it so far. So the first Monday of every month is it's penciled in as the date for each of our races. So January 8th is the first available Monday, and then it'll be February 5th, March 4th, so on and so forth. So the Blackwood configurations have been selected for the first 3 rounds, and this is the road tire event. In February we'll see the slick tires, and then in the beginning of March it'll be onto the dirt surface. So yeah, all the drivers will learn closer to the time what exactly they'll be put up against in the Blackwood arena, I suppose you could say. So we'll figure that out now. So now we have our qualifying results, and yes, it seems like the organisers have used their head start wisely, with Tamuli on pole position there, 1 minute 33.21, and Mosh McCarry in 3rd place, split apart there by Arska. Zdravko.
Yeah, Arska showing a good pace. It will be interesting to see how things develop in the race, because some of these drivers have more experience with the car, and that could show in the quality.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah, qualifying 30 minutes long in total it was, so if you do know the car comfortably, then you do have that advantage. But in the race pace, no one really knows for sure. But everyone who has participated has made the 105% mark. So Magic there in 13th, he managed to make it just within the 105%. So these drivers are competitive. There will be some close fighting. But so far you have to give it to Zafiralis. They should be favourites to win in their own series. But a lot could happen. Quality drivers, of course: Texas, T-Bug, Lorenzo, Mandula, Martin Gopal, Timu Sonia and Roni in the top 10. Tasca and Marcelo Neva in 11th and 12th also deserve a mention. So everyone should be all set to go. But of course, I just see Texas there having another tumble. So that could be another element in this race if it gets very, very tense and furious in the 45 minutes allocated to the race. Zdravko.
Yeah, we will see. I see even parts of the track have jumps, so the car jumps a bit. That would be fun to ride.
Yeah, indeed. You'd want to be sure that you're all lined up, because if you're a little bit sideways, then in the rear wheel drive, it will bring the car into a power slide, perhaps not in the direction you intended to go. But the high speeds will build up massively, and indeed there are no mandatory pit stops required. If the driver needs to use the pits for whatever reason, that's absolutely fine, but ideally you want to have a full tank of fuel to make the full range, and you want to make sure your tires, you've got the right pressures, etc., as everyone is required to use the road supers today. So that's one less thing to worry about. Just get up and go.
It will be interesting to see how people have set up their cars. We can judge the tire temperatures as they go around.
Now the big moment has arrived. The drivers have taken their places on the grid. 28 laps of the HKS circuit are about to get underway. Perhaps you won't sense it on this launch off the grid, Zdravko, but the turn 1 is going to be very, very tricky at full speed, and they're away. Tamuli, excellent launch, has to be said. Mach Macari perhaps has gotten bogged down. He's lost 2 positions. Texas P4 and Arska, indeed. Watch out for T-Bug as well in the pink. Here we go. Oh, too much speed, and Arska's in the barrier. That's a big, big loss. And there's a blockage. T-Bug and Arska blocking the road entirely out of no fault of their own. Tamuli and Matsumikari clear away, and Mandula, huge winner here. He's leapt from 7th to 3rd place.
Yeah, well, Arska lost the most. He's last at the moment, I think, and he got punted by T-Bug in turn 2, and then got punted again just as he traded his car again by T-Bug. So that's unlucky, as T-Bug loses the car and hits the pole.
Yeah, it was a painful hit. Getting dragged into the barriers like that, and T-Bug there loose again, so he's really struggling to begin with. And there's
Arska and Ronnie also.
And Arska slowed too, so all trouble wherever you look. But still plenty of battles going on. So Arska, damage is cosmetic really, but actually no, the front right
dampers,
shock. The front right shock is in dire straits, so he'll need to get that serviced. And Roni's following him behind, so maybe Roni was just a passenger to that traffic jam. But we're heading towards the end of lap 1 now. Tamuli has built up a very commanding lead, but now we'll see the full acceleration from the wide roads, and then it just converges completely there. That is a beautiful camera shot. Exactly my point. It gets so narrow in an instant, but well done to Mandula and Matmakari cooperating well in the sudden thinning of the road there. So lap 1 Tamuli with a 1 minute 40.27. Oh, Matmakari! Oh, he's gone sideways on that roadside curb. Texas and Lorenzo are alert to the problem, and they take the positions away. So now Texas is on the podium, and Lorenzo has a chance to perhaps frustrate Matmakari that a little bit more, get some defensive driving in this middle sector.
Okay, so the car is quite sensitive to those curbs, so everyone else should be aware of that as Lorenzo hits it, as we saw it from the camera. So Motemukari is right on his tail now again. And they are all followed by Martin Kapal.
Yeah, it's going to be close. Yeah, Martin Kapal is caught up nicely. We'll look at the rear view. There we are, Martin Kapal in shot in his sort of tangerine sort of car. And Tazka could be making a gain on these guys a little bit later on. You'll see him just there now, entering the final sector now, the big parabolica. Starts off a bit narrow with those containers, but then it just broadens so massively, and you can get right on the power straight away. Fastest lap from Tamuli again now. He's on race pace.
Motemukari has a run
134.11.
on Lorenzo. Oh, through the oh my god.
Oh my goodness
Lorenzo
gracious.
hits the wall a bit. The fence on the outside. And that
Yeah,
just slows him down in the air.
Yeah, it certainly did slow him down, but I suppose thankfully it was a vertical barrier that was going in the same trajectory as the car, so it wasn't too severe on him. Arska has wisely pitted for some repairs now that he has the car sorted, so hopefully he'll be able to pick himself up after that excellent qualifying. But yeah, it's going to be a long, long way back. He's going to be nearly a minute behind, depending on how long these repairs take. Now, Martin Kapal on the inside. Oh, no, that's gotten away from him, but he'll swing that rear end around. And thankfully, from his point of view, only one position has been lost.
Lorenzo seems to be having a bit of car trouble, so there is some bit of damage on that car, on that front, right?
Yeah, we might catch it a bit better on the final triple apex corner. Yeah, here we go. Perhaps, it's more cosmetic, but he has to supervise it just in case anything else would occur.
Yeah, and it looks like Motemukari is on tail, chasing Texas. There is some kind of draft in this car, so Motemukari is chasing it down. Okay. That's a very early braking zone. As Texas goes a bit wide.
But it might have actually
very tight.
Yeah. It may have just about been redeemable there for Texas because of how the corner kind of came back to him as he got the front wheels turned in. So Motemukari had nowhere else to go. So that meant Texas survived by the skin of his teeth. But nevertheless, this is a kind of the uphill left, and it skirts down into a right-hander that can be very dangerous if you're going too quickly. So that one we'll have to leave that as a single file corner for the time being. But now they're heading out through turn 12 now, past the warehouses, and then they should be into. And now we'll have a look at another battle. It's Martin Kapal wanting to get that position back off Tasca after that earlier incident in that Lorenzo battle. He fell off the road and skidded sideways, but now he's got a supreme run here. This should
He's
be
on the inside. Yeah.
Got to mind the inside wall for the first part of the braking zone, but then he's clear to go out of turn 13 now into 14 through 16. Just needs to pick his line and stick to it. Doesn't really matter if you go too far wide because you've so much space to get back on the power. And Tazka completely powerless to deny him here. So Martin Kapal back on his merry way. And more trouble for Lorenzo hitting the wall that has squeezed the bodywork further.
I think that was on the jump.
Him. Yeah, the jump has caught him again. That's correct, Zdravko. Good observation. But he's still willing to go full pelt and try and catch up to the drivers competing for the podium spaces. So, here we go. This would be turn 7, 8, and 9. That's 8, and now this should be exit heading towards turn 9. So, and let's be 7, 8, 9. Excuse me. I now see what my mistake is here. A little chicane here, single file again, but then you have the little option to use the runoff in the parking spaces before you have to get back facing the road again. And this is a little 10, 11, 12 coming up. So yeah, you got to keep it patient again, watching out for more of the pats. And now we can get into the speedy section again, watching out about 50 meters. Yeah, so Lorenzo locking up his brakes a little, but that's okay. Martin McCarry, he's going to use that slipstream that you mentioned before as Javco.
Oh, he was a bit too greedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the car just wants to slide out on the rears when applying the power, so Texas gets a nice run. We know Martin McCarry is better on brakes for turn 2, so if he can be close through here, some lap he might be able to attack. As he duly comes closer. I just want to say that this track is awesome.
Yeah, I'm very
really
impressed
fits
so
the
far.
car.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it does suit the car quite well. Yeah, this gated entry part into turn 6. Yeah, that is definitely probably the most treacherous corner in my opinion. But yeah, the car seems to manage it just fine. Yeah, Texas maybe he's left himself a little bit loose there. So Martin McCarry has to be pretty much angelic there, just making sure he gets nowhere near his opponent and causing a crash or anything like that at the slow speeds. So he's just got to wait. Now, oh, he does make a little bit of contact. But,
he had a bit of overlap, but Texas also had a speed, so all clear in this kind of car.
Yeah, Texas just doing his best. He doesn't have a lot of body work to shield himself from Martin McCarry's attacks.
This is
here
a power move now.
Oh, the contact. There it is again. And that's one too many for Martin McCarry. That means that Texas is free to sprint away. Again, sorry.
Yeah, well, that was. I feel like Martin McCarry had he had a right to try there, but he went a bit wide. He just understeered a bit. Texas just held the racing line, so that looked okay from him. Just unlucky from Martin McCarry. Soini passes Tasca.
Yeah, the move is done there.
And T-Bug joins spectators, so something happened there.
T-Bug is our first, second retirement from the race. But Arska carries on now that he is 11th placed. Roney in 10th place, a long way ahead though. So it's going to have to be a race of attrition if Arska is going to get a hold on the championship points. So yeah, if you have not seen the point system in effect here in the All Rounder Championship, it's 15 points for the win, 11 points for second, and then 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for 3rd to 10th place. So if Arska has one more dropout in front of him, he'll get a point.
Tasca is on the side of the car.
Speak of the devil. It's Tasca on his side. He's dismissed from the race. So therefore, Arska has a championship point. And if you make it to, you pretty much have a championship point in the bag just for turning up and hanging on in there. So it's unfortunate to see the 3 drivers DNF from the race so far. But there we have it. The 10 points. The 10 points paying positions are now being filled, and no one else can take them away.
Martin Capao goes a bit wide, and Martin McCarry takes the place into turn 2. Is it turn 2? That's turn 2, right? Turn 1 is the jump.
Yes, exactly, yeah. So yeah, Martin McCarry and Martin Capao just at each other's throats at the moment, but yeah.
This is the best part of the circuit for me. This is the downhill section. It's what the layouts in LFS miss the most, I think, the gradient changes. And this has the jump and the downhill section, so it really is different than lots of layout that people run.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I suppose West Hill and Aston have no shortage of gradient changes on their layouts. But yeah, we'll see now as more drivers will proceed through the lap counter. We've had so much going on that we're not keeping, or at least I'm not keeping track of it as well as I should. But this will be Tamuli crossing the line to start lap 9. And yeah, he's just thundering along, not a care in the world so far. Mandula in second place, the big winner, having started 7th and then cut through a lot of the carnage at turns 1 and 2. He is 7.1 seconds behind. Texas taking that jump on. Now, clearly P3, but Lorenzo will have plenty to say about that as the race develops.
Yeah, well, the way I see it, there will be more fights going on because Lorenzo looks like he's a bit faster than Texas, and Montemucara looks like he's faster than both of them. And then in the back, we got Magic, who looks faster than Soini, and then Ronnie a bit faster than Magic, and Arska catching all of them. So if Arska can keep up the pace that he has, until the end of the race, he might jump 3 drivers.
Yeah, that would be an absolutely phenomenal feat of perseverance, because he's only beginning his next lap right now. So he crosses the finish line, denoted by a few traffic lights. But yeah, he is just willing to throw everything he's got at the car.
Yeah,
he was a lot quicker,
faster than anyone bar the Mule, I think. So
yeah, I'd imagine so. Yeah,
he posted 34.5 the last time around, and that's 2 seconds faster than Ronnie.
Yeah, it's not impossible. We're heading past the 33% mark of the race. Not beyond it now.
So Mandula posted 36.7, so Arska was 2.2 seconds faster than Mandula in P2.
Yeah,
so
that is brilliant.
That's a strong pedal.
Yeah, but now we have another instance of Martin Capal and Mott Macari. They are the 2 drivers who are most competitive at the moment. Just trying to get through that opening salvo there is Martin, but yeah, it seems to be okay now to the fun stuff. Oh, he got a little bit too much of the curb. Yeah, that's a shame.
Thankfully, there's no damage to the car from that curb. Just the tire doesn't like it, but it doesn't damage the car. So until you keep the car on the road and don't flip it like Tasca did, you're still okay.
Yeah, this is the slalom corner when he got it wrong in his battle with Lorenzo, but he's all clear now that Mott Macari has probably benefited from his brief slap with the roadside curbs. So yeah, there's a chance now for the hosting team's driver to try and catch up to Lorenzo for 4th place, but yeah, looking through the very small rear window there. There's a chance to put some distance on Martin, but for the sake of Martin's race, you do hope he has a chance to catch up at some stage. He's got to do it on pure pace, with no mandatory pit stop required here. So it's really the case of he made one mistake the last lap. He can put it behind him and try again. So the difference, it's 1.2 seconds. That was the difference. But yeah, that's great braking into turn 1 and then turn 2 coming. Yes, he is comfortable to push again.
Yeah,
so that's turn 2 into 3, sorry.
I took a bit of liberty to check on driver's tires, and it looks to me like the Mule had the best, the setup for the start of the race, because his tires are still green and nice. But Mandula and Texas might be faster and faster as the race goes on. The Mule might have trouble with tire temperatures at the end of the race. We'll wait and see.
I'll just keep this on board for the time being. Mott Macari definitely losing out on this lap. It is very, very minimal, if anything, but yeah, perhaps that last split Doesn't tell us the whole picture. No, actually, in fairness to Montmacari, he has 3/10 better off in that second sector as well. So yeah, feels like Capal's gaining, but in reality, it's not quite the case.
I think that Montmacari will set his sights on Lorenzo once again.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it feels like
he's a bit faster. Let's see how much faster he was this lap, because this was the first clean lap for some time.
Oh my.
0.8 seconds, so in 2 laps he will be saying hi to Lorenzo already. The pace generally went up because Gandula and Texas were also in 34s.
Yeah,
so
indeed,
what Capal needs to do is just copy the Montmacari lines and see where he gets with that. I can't believe how cool this corner is. Oh, that's some nice power sliding. Judged it to perfection.
Yeah, most impressive. Yeah, he's got to do it plenty more times. Maybe he'll get a chance later into the race to make some advances onto a position. See what happens. If anything, Lorenzo is the most exposed now. It may be just a matter of time before he's caught. That's another 0.9 of a second difference in just the second split, and now there's one more to go where the slipstream. So Montmacari has to learn his lesson. He can't go barging in again unless he's certain the car won't understeer on him. But
he held that car perfectly. That was perfect.
He's going to be side by
on
side.
That last turn.
Yeah, Lorenzo's got to yield here. He won't have the optimal line into the jump. There you go. Another prime example of that camera work, but nevertheless, wobble.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah,
sorry for that. The higher octave, but it was so close.
I know it's all fun and games, really. I appreciate the excitement, but deservingly so. Montmacari gets the position confirmed, but Lorenzo tried his best. But yeah, thankfully the car is nice and nimble. It just shrugged off, I should say. It shrugged off that contact, so absolutely no problem there. Montmacari can now try his utmost to claw back some distance on Texas, but no one at the moment can touch Tamuli in the lead. Yeah, a bit of a touch in the curb there.
I think that Lorenzo picked quite some bit of damage when he hit Montmacari, because that front right does not look happy at all. The cambers are not good on that car now, so every left turn will be a trouble.
Yeah, he has to mind his tire temperatures as well with the camber out of prime position. So yeah, this parabolica is going to be a nightmare for him.
I think Capal, if he plays it right, will get him here.
Yeah, look,
Capal
Lorenzo can't.
Is able. Yeah, Lorenzo can't go tight enough. He just goes wide. But he's still ahead. So let's see what happens. Oh, there's much of overspeed for Capal. Lorenzo had to lift on the jump. Capal goes wide.
He missed the turn in. It looked all right to me for his choice of the braking zone, but unfortunately the car refused to just turn in on him. So Lorenzo has defended his position, but it is on shaky ground. Here comes Zdravko's favorite corner, and Capal got hit by the roadside curbs.
Yeah,
and
he went on the curve.
360. Yeah, 360 spin. So yeah, he hasn't done.
You see, it's a challenging turn even on the entry.
Yeah, you really do have to have your wits about you to stand a chance. And unfortunately, Martin Capal trying to line up an attack missed the fact that the roadside curb was there, and it forced him into a 360 spin. But yeah, he's fine to carry on, and Teemu Soini in 7th place is too far behind really to make a noticeable impact. So yeah, the gap is about 15 seconds, but that'll come down a little bit when this lap is completed. Just to be transparent, if anyone doesn't know, on the custom configurations on Live for Speed, it doesn't change the intervals until you've actually crossed the sector line. So it should update as race leader Tamuli completes the first sector. We'll see how Kapal gets on later on into Tamuli's lap. So yeah, here he is now, completely on his own here. 14.7 seconds clear. Not a problem so far on that lead car. Tire temps are optimal. Suspension damage is absolutely minimal, and probably what it should be, because you can't expect a clean run around this kind of track. It's so close to the walls. And if anything, I just saw Mandula have a bump on the curbs. It was very minimal, but he will have lost time to that Stravko.
Yeah, I'm just watching as Lorenzo is able to keep Sector 1 in check with that camber damage. Maybe he has adapted well. It could be interesting if he had trouble locking up with that tire, and I think he had in a race. Lower camber now could help him. It will rob him of the grip in the turns, but if it helps on few critical braking zones, it could even be beneficial. Yeah, he has to lift so hard in that last turn. So that's the biggest pain, I think, that last turn, and the problem for Lorenzo is that that's the best chance to get an overtake in this track.
Yeah, it is. Definitely a case of most corners are single file. You won't get alongside anyone willingly. You'd have to force them aside when they've maybe made a poor exit from a corner. So yeah, Martin just around here, he made that mistake on the curbs and just did a loop. Yeah, there we go, a little bit understeer as Lorenzo tries to conserve those tires to the end now. So maybe Martin will try again when his fuel load will lighten, and hopefully he has the better tire. So yeah, Lorenzo hits one of the cones on the inside to mark the corner, but again, it's sort of more of a distraction to himself, hitting some of the objects around the course, and Martin Kapal will notice that and try and take advantage.
Yeah, I think this fight is not going away, and Texas does look to be able to hold on to Mandula, even caught up a bit, so that could be interesting still. I do wonder, yeah, you really can see how Lorenzo is losing in that last turn. He's playing it smart. I think that now he's generally just going slower into the turn to be able to beat the throttle faster.
Yeah, if on throttle performance is letting Lorenzo down, yeah, you can see now, yeah.
That's really the last turn, yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, those left-handers that put pressure on the right side tires, that just means that Lorenzo is most endangered of losing position to Martin. He has cooled the tire down a little bit, but that doesn't affect his suspension damage one bit. He has to nurse that to the end, because obviously you won't want to voluntarily pit. Arska at the back, he will be delighted if anyone has to take a pit stop
again.
Yeah, some more hazards there for Lorenzo. It's so risky if he keeps hitting those curbs. When the car just refuses to turn properly to the left. He's okay in the right-handers. There are just so many left turns, and then the worst is to come at the end of the lap, the triple apex parabolica. So he has one last bit of breathing room. So as a matter of fact, he has to use a handbrake to help himself around there. And if anything, Martin should be given the right of way.
and this is the turn where Lorenzo goes very aggressive. Yeah, but Kapal has the speed. But had to back off.
Here he comes to the final chicane. Oh,
Oh my
rear end.
god.
Getting very, very
This car
anxious.
is a handful to drive.
Yeah, it's described as skittish, I believe, by a few of the Zafiralis guys. So yeah, it is living up to that reputation. But yeah, we're heading towards 10 laps to go once the Mooley crossed the line. Next time around, he's just in the warehouses section, heading towards the sector split line in just a moment. So now we'll give the dues to Lorenzo and Capal through the tricky 5 and 6 complex through the gate that has to be kept wide open for these drivers. Certainly won't want to hit that now. 7, 8, 9 coming up through the car park there. A little bit of extra runoff. But yeah, Lorenzo's still hanging on for dear life. He's got just about enough to help him in his defense, using the limited tarmac underneath him just to make sure he can brake a little bit earlier and get out of the corners when he needs to. But yeah, he has to use the handbrake again, most likely. Actually, no, he seems to have done all right there. But here comes Martin. He's got a better exit speed.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Maybe Lorenzo tries to stick it out again. Yeah.
He's trying.
He definitely is. Let's see if Capal will be able to be stable through this one. Because the last time around he went a bit sliding. This was good. That's a nice camera shot.
Yeah, it's absolutely stupendous. But here we go again. Yeah, it just seems like
too much pressure.
Yeah, he does not enjoy the fruits of his labor, and he just gives them straight back to Lorenzo. So yeah, just something wrong with the brakes on that car. It seems to be he's fine everywhere else, but the high speed braking zone, that seems to be putting him off when he has no one to follow. So it's going to be another lap of frustration here for Capal, just ghosting Lorenzo in that never-ending battle for 5th place. But I do notice Maciek and Ronnie, the race green pairing, the bottom half of the race green representatives, with Mandula 2nd and Lorenzo in 5th, of course. So these two may have a bit of a scrap, but they may have to call a truce as Arska continues to reel them in. He is so quick. Now that he has the repairs well and truly done. So yeah, another equal time there in the first sector, but it seems like Arska is better in these middle portions. So we'll follow that along as we see it. Zdravko.
Yeah, I'm just watching Capal having another run on Lorenzo. He has the overspeed now. He will be able to keep the car planted. He lifts again. It looks like he's just lacking that tiny bit of confidence. Yeah, Capal braked early enough and hope that Lorenzo will go wide again. It does not happen.
Yeah, that did not take place, but yeah, for sure Martin will push him as hard as he can. He'd love to overtake him now, but it's just too risky. You'd have a door-to-door collision and you'd be sent into the hay bales for trying a move like that. So yeah, thought about it, but yeah, it's still a case of Lorenzo putting out all of his skills to make sure this slightly broken car can hold on to the P5 and with it, all the points that come with it. So yeah, there is a prize pool available for the top 5 drivers who succeed in this championship. So yeah, 5th place gets the last available prize. So yeah, that is all the momentum and motivation, I should say, that Lorenzo needs to start his championship off well. He could possibly get a few extra bob into his pocket for next Christmas. Well, I really shouldn't be saying next Christmas so soon into the new year, but that's the 12 months of this all new all-rounder championship.
Yeah, let's see Capal again, following closely, and he's trying for the outside. Yeah, again, early braking. Let's see what Lorenzo does.
Oh no!
Okay.
it's just one effort too much there for Lorenzo's car, and a respectful, good race in the chat. Just saying, okay, I think that's the end of my 5th place, so Martin should be able to claim it all for himself now. And now let's check out Magic, his efforts to block Roney in his signature bright green, so watch out for that. And of course Magic's got a more lime green akin to Mr. Bean's Mini Cooper.
So Magic has absolutely locked up the front right tire on the braking. It's hot red, whole tread of the tire. So that cannot be fun in the turns. That definitely can be fun in the turns. It doesn't need that tire, just wants whole track to be straight. Doesn't even want to turn.
No, it's just refusing to cooperate into the fast corners. But yeah, maybe he's just got enough of a handle here, and he can glide the car around. Yeah, the braking, you'll see it struggles.
He just
so
locks.
badly. Yeah.
I think he just wants to be smooth into the braking zones and try to be able to exit fast, so Ronnie doesn't have a chance unless he sends it on the brakes. But Ronnie doesn't know, or maybe he just saw that puff of smoke on the brakes. This turn will be interesting for Magic because there's no grip on his car and he goes very, very wide. Ronnie goes even wider.
Yeah, he has to change down to 3rd gear, Ronnie, just to get himself back up
He
to
hit the curb.
Yeah, that must have been what happened. And Arska, we can't quite see him there. He would have been behind the blue container on that previous shot. We may just see him coming up very soon.
Only 9 seconds.
No, just missed him. Yeah, but Arska is reeling these guys in, and he could possibly make your prediction true. Javko gaining 2 or 3 more places.
And Arska had a problem last lap because he lost 4 seconds. He would be much closer already. He did a 138.2 before he was doing 134 low.
Yes.
So Lorenzo hasn't given up, actually. He is matching Martin Capal's times in that horrible looking car. That car has so much damage.
Yeah, you just have to hope he's willing to compromise if that front right tire is showing signs of terminal wear. Again, the fast braking point is not helping him, but in fairness, he does achieve the optimal racing line very nicely there. So it's not over yet, but I suppose the battling caused him extra work to make sure the car would finish as well as it possibly can. But now, shall we see what the battle will occur here? So Magic's number plate says "pass me." Obviously, he says one thing and does the opposite. So no generosity being shown here to Roney.
Yeah,
be given the position for another.
Alska took 3 seconds out of those 2 in last lap. He is back to his 34 laps. So Ronnie has obviously set up his cars very light on the rear because it's very twitchy. And Lorenzo has passed Capal again. We missed it.
Wow.
It's obvious Capal made a mistake.
Yeah, but he seems to want to rectify the mistake as soon as he possibly can. But no, Lorenzo's got good traction now. Much more promising than what we saw earlier. Perhaps he's cooled the temps down a little bit, but now watch out for the jump. Yeah, he's going to try a crisscross. Oh, but Lorenzo, right in the middle of the road, blocks any wise attempts there from Capal. So beautiful driving from these two. But it seems like neither can cut out the mistakes from their game today, proving how difficult this race is if they're making so many small errors, but of course, with 3 drivers DNF'd, I suppose they rather this scenario than leaving today empty-handed. So this battle will just keep going on and on and on.
And Ronnie is a bit closer to Magic this time around. Let's see what happens on the braking zone. Interesting having 2 fights. No, Magic stays ahead. Barely. That was close on the exit, and Ronnie gets a better exit.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, coming into turns
and it's
3,
see you later.
4. Yeah, turn 4, sorry. Yeah, Ronnie's through. Oh, just got to keep the rear end stable now. Yeah, but unfortunately for Magic...
Oh, and he goes for a slide. Oh, Magic doesn't punish it. But I know who will. Mr. Arska is only 2 seconds behind now.
There he is, well in camera shot now. This is what you want to see, all that misery being on his own. Previously in 11th place when he came out of the pits from his repairs, all the way on lap 3. It's lap 24 now, 5 to go, and he's caught 2 drivers, and he can gain 2 more points to his tally of 1 in the bank already. He can go for 3 points, and that will be a much more promising scenario than he would have expected in the start of the race, where his 2nd place was cruelly taken away.
Yeah, and he has the time, so 4 laps to do it, 3 laps now. I think that Magic and Ronnie will be faster now when they are not fighting, but Arska is still very close. It should be like 2.0 seconds over the line.
Oh, that's another great use of that camera shot, looking forwards instead of backwards there. Really, really nice. And race leader Tamuli with 3 to go now. He's almost got the blue flag order on these guys. Here he comes into turn 2, locking that steering wheel as far to the left as he can. Not a problem as he continues to dominate proceedings. And just I suppose I'll take a quick moment to mention the fact that there's a Blackwood license upgrade race from Sport Racing Team Finland coming up. So if you want to try and win an S3 license and join these kind of events with the mod cars, you have the chance to do so through the free to enter race coming up. It'll be on January the 19th, so Friday evening, free that day. More information can be found on the LFS forum, which I'll put into chat now. There it is on the screen there. So very, very much appreciated there from our director for the day, Chris McElroy. So yeah, links in Twitch, and I suppose it could go onto YouTube as well. That would be handy.
So it looks like Martin Capao and Lorenzo have some kind of glue between them, because they can't seem to shake each other off. As Arska has set up a pass on Magic here, so he has to lift. Oh, that was dangerous.
Yeah, all that work would have been down the drain there if he didn't remember where he was looking on the track. Yeah, to chicane. When you're on your own, you don't notice it really. But the barriers on that left-hand side would have been coming up all too urgently there, and that would have been a terrible accident for Arska. Here we go. He's got the... Well, if Tamuli has anything to say about it, he'll only have 1 lap to make the pass after this one. But at the moment, he's on lap 26 of 28. So he still has time, but he's got to avoid being lapped if he wants 3 or 4 minutes of track time to try and gain an extra point. Yeah, Ronnie has used this opportunity to streak clear. As long as
Ronnie
he stays
has
clean.
ran away.
Yeah, he's got clear enough, yeah. But let's concentrate again on our absolutely riveting top 5 battle. It's been almost unbroken between these two. It's a case of who makes the least amount of driver errors. That has proven to be crucial, as well as both have had their turns in 5th place. And there's another example. So out of turn 4, that was a struggle for Lorenzo. He's got to go for the dive bomb, and that will be considered the most gutsy pass or defense of the day from Lorenzo to gain back the position in a place that's normally single file. And now Cabal's coming back at him again.
Yeah, this is gloves off. It's going to the end of the race, and these guys are ready. I don't think Kapal will give up.
No, he certainly won't give up. That's
a run, and he has the run. He would try for the outside. As Lorenzo locks up, Kapal goes for the inside. That's a nice switchback. Oh, Lorenzo got outplayed here. Let's see what happens here. Lorenzo has a nice grip, but Kapal's also had a good run through it. So let's see who makes a mistake into turn 1 this time around.
Ideally, Martin is well and truly privy to what he needs to do into turns 2 and 3 now, but unfortunately not. Turn 3, it's too much to handle, and Lorenzo back ahead, using the wall as a bit of extra leverage for his attack there. So now into turn 4, watching out for that no entry road sign. But no doubt about it, Kapal is going to try and carbon copy what Lorenzo did to him. Maybe not actually, no, he decided to back out, but possibly into the next corner.
Arska's magic.
Yes, Arska's done it right on time. Tamuli will cross the line as the race winner though. Here he comes. So no one will be lapped of the classified finishers, but it is a comprehensive victory for Tamuli in the Zafiralis All Rounder Championship grand opening in the car he helped design. So no doubt about it, that is a masterclass, and a well-deserved 15 points go to Tamuli. Dula crossed the line there, P2, and Texas will join him on the podium there. Great driving from all of them. Mott McCarry, who for a while may have been frustrated behind Lorenzo et al., but yeah, it is a great drive from Mott McCarry. Now here we go for the finale here. Lorenzo to the line. It could be photo finish.
Oh my God, Kapal takes it.
Kapal got him, and he has
0.0 too.
Oh, 200. Wow.
Oh, that's a fitting end to their race.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was well worth tuning in for this brand new championship in this month of January. Teemu Soini keeping it nice and calm. He takes P7. While Claire Veroni here is just about to complete his race, having that battle with his teammate Maciek. But yeah, P8 for Roni, and then the spirit of the race here for Arska. He thought he'd been contention for a victory, but unfortunately that lap 1 incident brought him down to the back with heavy damage. But he clawed his way back, and he takes P9 from Maciek, the last classified of the finishers. So Race Direction have requested not just Tamuli, but also Mandula and Texas, the top 3, to form up on the start-finish straight. So yeah, this is great for those 3 drivers to share the spotlight with each other and bring this championship to a very exciting debut, it has to be said.
Yeah, I'm tempted to call this race Lorenzo and Kapal show, because I think that Lorenzo especially was fighting every lap of this race, first with Texas, then Motimukari, then Kapal, and I hope he can get some bread, because that was exhilarating.
Yeah, and of course, next month there'll be the slick tire shorn vehicles that will be on display. But yeah, the fact of the matter is Tamuli waltzed to the victory there in 44 minutes, 0.51 seconds. So yeah, just about spot on to the planned 45 minutes time. Mandula did his best, but yeah, there was just no stopping to Mooley on this day, and Texas as well. He managed to overcome the problems at the opening corners, and he got them the spot on the podium. Monty McCarry perhaps ruining this opportunity, but yeah, he should still be pleased with a fourth place finish. And then the rest of the finishers: Martin Capel, Lorenzo, Timu Soini, Roni, Arska, and Magic. And then unfortunately, we did not get to see at all much of Tasca, who crashed his car, putting it on its side out of the race. And then T-Bug on the same lap also retired. And then there was a 13th name as well, who mustn't have made the grid itself. So
I think Marcelo Neiva did not start.
Yeah,
he qualified but didn't start.
Yes.
I'd like to put a honorable mention on the camera of that jump at the start of the lap. That's gotta be the best camera I saw on broadcast in LFS.
Yeah, it's got to be up there, but of course the dedicated Rockingham cameras, you can never dismiss them. They're absolutely exquisite as well. The work that Chris McElroy puts into them should be applauded each and every time we go to broadcast. And indeed, Pete Butcher wanted to be here. Unfortunately, couldn't make it today, so I hope to have him around at some stage in the month. I'm sure he'd be excited to watch this one back to see how it went. But yeah, there we go. Our first round of Zafiralis All Rounder Championship is in the books, and hopefully this is the means to bring the championship further along its path with a successful opener. And if you are interested in having a go, then the next round will be at the undetermined Blackwood layout, but it will be for drivers or for vehicles using slick tires. So yeah, this is a great chance to look ahead and see what will be waiting the drivers next month. So yeah, there we go. A long season ahead, one race a month. This is a fabulous opening point, and I'm sure the fact that the Zafiralis guys, their first round, it was probably a lot of preparation for them, but it's gone well at their HKS circuit, and I'm sure whatever they've got planned next should be really exciting. So any final thoughts, Zdravko, before we call it a stream?
Well, I'm absolutely blown away by this layout and the car pick. I think that if you want to open a new championship with a good race, good combo, this has proven to be an excellent one, and there have been fights whole race long, and the layout has opened the chances, and the car has been challenging enough. We have seen that the drivers had to drive it, had to fight the car, and yeah, my closing thought would be, for anyone that is interested in LFS, you gotta go and try this, because this was fun.
Yeah, by all means, if you've got the S3 license and you can access the library of modded vehicles, then yeah, you are within a shout of seeing if you are the all-rounder expert and can claim some of that prize money. But thank you very much, Zdravko, for stepping up as well. I know this was probably an open opportunity. We didn't know exactly what was going to happen with this stream, but yeah, Pete put out the request, and thanks very much to yourself and to Chris for stepping up, and of course I suppose I volunteered as well. So thank you very much as well to everybody for tuning in to our very first Zafiralis All Rounder Championship. We look forward to next month, but until then, from myself, Owen Harmon, Zdravko Topolniak, and Chris McElroy, thanks for tuning in. Have a good evening. Bye bye.